Before we dive into the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe because it will help my channel a lot, and I'll appreciate you guys a lot for doing so. So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the top 5 yellow suits in the game, and it's voted by you guys. I had 12 contenders. I just narrowed it down to these ones because I thought that they had the greatest chance of winning. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, why don't we get started on our 5th pick. So coming in 5th place, we have Song of Freedom. So Song of Freedom was a recharge, and she was really expensive too. I think she was like one of the higher tiers, around, I think more than $50 at least for Canadians. And I thought that she was really nice because there was a mix of just her normal dress plus a mechanical feel to it. Here's her unposed, and I think that her dress is really neat because there's actually some purple accents to it. So anything that is lace, it actually has a purple tinge to it. As for the makeup, it's kind of plain, but the wings itself are one of the best parts of it. I've seen people try to use the wings over here to making birds. So who can I think of right now? So Nakano over here, she made a bird version. So here is the one that she made. So I think that it was super cool. It's like a mechanical bird, and this was the wing that was used for it. Turns out this isn't actually a full-on dress. It's more of a sleeveless dress, and this makes it look like there's actually sleeves. The shoes are also pretty neat because they're not actually shoes, they're chains, and I also really like this type of aesthetic. I think that the pose version is also really nice. One thing that cheeses me the most is that whenever there is a pose version, it's usually the entire outfit. I just really wish that they could build in some versatility with it. Maybe like make it so that for the arms over here, it could just be a separate item. So that would be really dope if that could be the case, because that means you can only just put on the sleeves and then wear something sleeveless and you have the pose. Otherwise, I really like the cage. So let's go on over here. Usually the thing with background items is that it's a hit or miss in terms of the layerings. You can see Nikki, she's totally behind the cage, and then if you put on forehead, she's actually in between the cage. So here she's coming out of it, you can see that she's in it, and then here she's also in it, but then she can be totally forward from it. So what do. The only thing that I would like to criticize about this outfit is if you looked at the foreground item over here, you literally can't see it, even though you can see it in the view mode, but you literally can't see this in the screen, and you can never use it if you wanted to put it on the free dressing or the competition. So I really don't like this item at all. So now coming in 4th place, she is actually one of my favorite suits because I really like her background item, and I remember when I bought her, I just kept thinking, wow, she's so worth it. So over here we have Oath of Honor. Oath of Honor was a really neat suit because she looked elegant, but at the same time she had this armor on, and it made her look like she could slay someone, and she definitely can. She slays my heart. And whenever there is a theme that is involved with knights or like a warrior, people always use parts of her clothes because she's so versatile and all her items are so useful in terms of that theme. So if we go here, there are many parts of her outfit that you can use. So the spear over here, then we have the head ornament over here, which actually really works well with Icewind War Chant, which I'll show you in a bit. And her boots are also really nice, but most of all, I love her cape because her cape actually has the loop-de-loops around her shoulder, so I thought that it was a really nice touch, and together she looks dope. So why don't I show you my favorite part of this outfit, and it's actually the glorious light, because this can give you a very nice natural filter. So here with the light, it looks like this, but without the light, it's a lot darker. So if you want something lighter, something brighter, you can do that. Or you can also make it look like there's a spotlight on her, or reverse, where it's like coming from the bottom. You can also change the background. So let me just center this piece. So right now it's all dark, but then if you wanted to give it some light, you can do it like this. So it's pretty nice like that. Same with this one. Any night theme I think would work really well with it, and even this one as well. So I think that this suit was very versatile in that sense. And in terms of Icewind War Chant, if you just put them together, you can see that the hair matches well with her, the makeup also works well with her. And one thing about this one is if you have the actual posed version of Icewind War Chant, you can use her hair, and it actually looks pretty good with the headpiece. So with the headpiece, it kind of matches together, so it actually looks like a whole headpiece rather than like a head ornament with like some hairpins. But I think that this looks really nice, and she looks so cool like this, and she was my entry for the recent competition. Next up in 3rd place, it's also one of my favorite suits because I really love her hair. So her name is Lyrical Wire, and I love her. I absolutely loved her, and when I also bought her, I remember saying, wow, she is super worth it, and I think I might have a thing for yellow suits, honestly. But Lyrical Wire, there's something about her that just exudes elegance, and she is just so pure, like a forest elf. And oh, that reminds me of something. Okay, never mind. What was I thinking? I just thought of elf, and then I thought I could make her into a nice elf, but I guess not. But here, I really like this set because her dress is nice, but it's cut out in the front. So if you have something that you wanted to wear, so let's say you wanted to wear a leaf lyric, and then you undo it, you can do this and you can see the entire leg. So I really like this part of her dress. I also think that her hair is one of the prettiest hairs in the games. Like, I know it's one of the blah 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 blah, people are roasting me on it, but it's like for a different category, right? Like this hair, like I don't have any favorite hairs off the top of my head besides this one and the one from Icewind War Chant, but this one is something I always love using because I think there's just like a lot of flow to it. I like how there's a little piece of hair that's around her eye, and then I think that it's so fluffy and soft, and the brown is also perfect. Definitely love it. And even her shoes, I'm not mad at her shoes at all because it looks like it's a mix of a shoe plus a leglet item, but it's actually just lace all the way down there, and the shoe design itself is also really neat. And this is like a soft honey brown eye color that I think that matches really, really well with this outfit. So definitely also deserves her place over here. Like, I feel like all of them are number ones in my heart for the yellow suits actually. So it's hard for me to actually order them. Besides the fact that she has nice hair, nice makeup, nice everything else, she also has a very, very versatile background item. But before we go to the background item, just look at her legs. Her legs actually look proportional, and I love the shading. I love her pose. I love how it's like very ladylike and it's so elegant. Like, that's the only word I can describe her. She's elegant, and I love her legs. Like, if I had those legs, man, I'd be showing them off every single day. And lastly, for the background item, it's just really neat because it's a picture frame. One thing about this picture frame is, number one, it's not actually straight unless you center it. And number two, this is the biggest that it can be. But people love using this to make it like a picture or a painting. I just think I prefer the other picture frame over here because it's much bigger and you can do a lot more things with it. So next we have number 2, and she's coming in hot, and I was actually surprised she wasn't number 1 because a lot of people actually like her. But she is Phantom in Desert, and I personally think that there was a translation error because for this event, I feel like they swapped the names. So we had the Phantom over here, and then we had Golden Shadow over here, even though her outfit was blue. I think that her name should have been Golden Shadow, and this one should be Phantom in the Desert because she's literally in the desert. But whatever, that's just me. And one thing I was kind of cheesed about is this was supposed to be her default Nikki for the achievements. But for some reason, she actually defaults to this one now. And I'm like, why? Like, this suit was originally advertised as such, and you could see it in the actual trailer as well. She was supposed to be dark-skinned. What do you guys think? Anyways, but for this one, I actually didn't complete it, but I'll complete it over here just to show you guys. I think she's beautiful, so I might as well just go ahead and finish her. And the last piece over here, I actually realized that I didn't need to spend diamonds for this item over here, even though it does require diamonds, because Fish Love you can get from the pavilion for free. Like, you don't get a lot of them, but from time to time, if you just farm it up, you can get a lot of Fish Loves, even though they cost for diamonds, with coins. You can use coins to get it from that pavilion. Oh, she's so beautiful. And I get the dark-skinned makeup too. Woot! Unposed, she looks like this. But I wish they also had a fourth suit where you could just apply the darker skin tone makeup. So for example, it would just have a category where you could just put it like this, and then put on the darker skin toned over here. Oops, wrong one. Ah, there. Hopefully they will make that change in the future, but for now, I think she looks stunning. Like, she is literally golden. She looks like the sun. She looks like a sun goddess, to be honest. She looks a little weird here. She actually looks a little blue, so I'm gonna go back to her actual skin tone, and we can look at her suit parts together. So here she is. I really, really like her hair. Her hair just makes this outfit because there's like accessories in there, and I think that her actual part and her length and the color just works so well with this outfit. I also like her skirt because you can put any bikini on top. And then as for this one, it's kind of neat because you don't have shoes, but it looks like it's like a sock shoe type of thing because her toes are showing. And then her headdress matches a lot with her veil over here. So if you don't like the headdress, you can just use a veil. But otherwise, I think together they match really well, especially with the accessories in her hair that are already part of her hair. And if you think that this is already too messy, you don't have to add this, because this is like just the sleeves that you can choose to use. And as for the actual pose, again, I wish that the legs and the arms were separate items, but you know what, whatever. I think that she was really nice, and I also like her legs. Her legs look proportional to me, and I like her pose, and I like how there's like an S, and it shows how curvy and beautiful she is. And her arms look so good. I think this would be a good time to do some special mentions. I thought that any of the ruined suits would have been first place, because a lot of people kept saying, oh my god, I love them so much, but like they couldn't even make it past the first stage of voting, and I was so shocked. I thought Volley Lucia or Lucia would have been one of the top 5s, but she wasn't, even though she's so beautiful and her wings are animated and she looks so badass. And another one that I thought would get it was actually Momo's Adventure, but nobody wanted her. I'm so confused. She's like literally the epitome of yellow. She was a ruined suit, plus she has little cat ears, which I thought was really neat, but I guess not. None of the ruined suits made it to the top 5. In fact, top 5 is someone who you are all familiar with because she just recently came out, and it was Feathery Dream. I personally think that she was cute, but I didn't think she was like top 5 cute. If anything, I would have ordered her 5th place. The only thing I really do like about this outfit is her sleeves, because it makes her look like a butterfly, but you can't really see it once you have the dress on because it hides the butterfly wings on the back. Her makeup does make her look really innocent, but I haven't been able to use her that much because it just doesn't seem to fit any of the outfits that I've been making so far. And here's her with the pose, and I mentioned this already in my previous video if you've seen it. One thing I didn't like about her is, remember how in the cage that I showed you for suit number 5? This one, the layering, there's no layering to her, so she's either in front of it or behind it. She can't be in it, so that's one thing I found problematic about this suit. Her pose version is literally her entire dress, so again, there's no versatility to her, so I was just baffled as to why she was number 1. But you know what, maybe it's due to the hype because she came out recently, or maybe it's because it looks like she has wings because of her background piece. I'm just wondering if you guys could give me an explanation why you think that she actually hit number 1. If I were to choose, I think I would have made it so that number 1 would be Lyrical Wire, then it would be Oath of Honor, then it would be Song of Freedom, then it would be the Phantom in the Desert, and then it would be Feathery Dream. So that would be my order. What would your order be? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, this is part 3 of the series, and then a lot of you guys are wondering if I'm going to continue with other colors after I'm done the rainbows. So there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yeah, I would do pink, white, black, and whatever colors you want me to do in the comments below. So if you like this type of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Bye!